By a show of hands, who here has experienced the power of a positive mentor or seen the results, the magical results of actually being a mentor? Great. So you'll know just how important that role is. In a nutshell, that is what Pure Game does. Our mentors provide character education, leadership coaching, and life mentorship programs to at-risk kids through our in-school network partnership. We break down walls, we open, close doors, and we use the power of positivity and encouragement along with sports as a catalyst for change. My name is Tony Everett. This is Michael Salko. And the venture that we are going to talk about today builds on our success of using sport to engage kids. We intend to run a social enterprise that uses sports-based corporate team building to engage corporate kids. We will reintroduce fun, physical activity. And while the corporation's staff are out there having fun and activity, the proceeds will actually go back to fund our in-school park programs. We look to tackle two major issues with this initiative. The first is workforce engagement. A recent Gallup poll indicates that 70% of corporate America is disengaged, costing millions of dollars. The second is the transition of at-risk youth into the workforce and away from this negative life of bad behavior. How do I know we do this one? I could share many stories with you, but one springs to mind of a youth I work with at a juvenile hall. Scott is now in community college. He's going to USC next year, and he's working to support himself through these programs.
Thank you, Tony. As Tony just mentioned, the programs that the Pure Game is currently running is perfectly matched to address both of these persisting issues. Scott needed help bringing positive direction into his life, and the Pure Game program was there to act as a guiding light. We'd like to expand our reach, and we plan to do so with bubble soccer. It's a lot of fun. There's a ball out there, you should see it. But we plan to bring kids who graduate from the Pure Game program on the field as assistants to help our staff run corporate team building events in the form of bubble soccer. The kids get to apply the values that they've learned through the Pure Game program with real-world experience alongside America's workforce. And the firm's employees are engaged in an active, collaborative, and constructive environment. From the firm's perspective, we bring them fun. People are better bonded together as a team in a fun, relaxing, and enjoyable environment. But more importantly than that, while they're having fun on the field with these kids, they're going to be gaining a much better understanding of what it is that the Pure Game is devoted to. In the future, we see our potential corporate team building clients as potential donors, mentors, and volunteers for the Pure Game program. We've already seen this in action. We have a partnership with PIMCO, and they very generously already donated 140 encouragement balls that we use in the Pure Game program. Let's see how this venture would stack up in comparison to its competition. In our research, we've identified two major types of competition for this venture. The first consists of your traditional corporate team building programs, and the second consists of charity events and social causes. The Pure Game has some very compelling competitive advantages in both of these categories. On the one hand, the Pure Game carries a much stronger social mission than the current corporate team building programs that are out there. And on the other hand, these bubble soccer events are going to be a lot more fun than a lot of the social causes and charity events that are currently in space. In essence, the Pure Game brings the best of both worlds, with a creative and dynamic solution that's going to be refreshing for firms that see a lot of the same offerings year after year. Our business strategy is to build a diverse portfolio of businesses in Orange County and Los Angeles who will continue to use our services year after year. We've already begun reaching out, and in order to gauge the market, we've started with the Pure Game board members' referrals and relationships, and we've already got a few notable clients on board, signed up, ready to go. As I said, our favorite one so far is PIMCO in Newport Beach. Additionally, we've done some market research. Based on an Orange County Business Journal poll of the largest 220 companies in Orange County, we've whittled down the field to just over 100 companies that we feel are the right size and a perfect fit for this service. But this is just a small sample. As we start to think about the companies that didn't answer the Orange County Business Journal poll and bring in the city that is Los Angeles, we feel that the target market is more than likely 4 or 5 times this size, if not larger. In year 1, we expect to host 10 events. We feel that this is a very realistic and doable number because it's less than 1 event per month, and we've already got clients signed up. As you can see from our bar graph, this makes us profitable as soon as year 1. Additionally, as we plan to ramp up and do moderately more events in years 2 and 3, you can see that our profits increase dramatically. This is because most of our cost structure for this venture is fixed, meaning that this is a highly scalable venture as well. On average, we plan to charge $3,700 per event. Let's take a closer look at those fixed costs. One of the biggest costs in our budget is public relations and marketing. This is because we plan to hire 1 employee who is solely dedicated to business development and managing our client relationships. We feel that this is necessary in order to continue to drum up the aggressive expansion that we want to see in years 2 and 3.
If we take a look at our leadership team, we have an amazing leadership team. Me, because of my experience in mentoring kids through the program. Jose, because he is one of those kids and is now mentoring other kids in his area, a neighborhood of Santa Ana, which is one of the toughest areas in the city. And then we have Eric McGrath. He has experience in this field. He leads a leadership development firm and so has some key contacts in this arena. You know, I don't envy you at all today in picking out of any one of our 3 organizations here. 3 organizations are amazing and we will make an amazing impact in our communities. So why Pure Game? Well, your investment will actually help us reach make a difference on the areas that we covered earlier. It will also allow us to bring in kids from the program, as Michael mentioned earlier, as assistants to our program, which will then actually give them the chance to see what corporate life is all about. It will build their confidence and grow their self-esteem. We are asking for $27,000 to launch this program. It will cover all of our startup costs, and it will get us in front of the people we need to see to spread the Pure Game word. It will also help kids realize what a positive mentor will be. I started this conversation asking who had experienced the power of a positive mentor. Your investment will help more kids experience the privilege of a positive mentor. Thank you very much.
Hi there, Holly. Great presentation. I love the energy of it. I love the notions of mentoring and the way you started and the way you ended. I think on the mentoring note, I would, as someone who has a lot of experience with mentoring organizations and a big advocate of mentoring, I would have liked to hear a little bit more about that moment of the connection between the corporate mentors and the at-risk youth, the Jose story or something, I don't know. I'd just like to see a little bit more about that recipe.
Yeah, definitely a great presentation. What I really liked about that is looking at how you tied in workforce engagement with the youth and putting that puzzle together to resolve social issues. So, tremendous job doing that. One of the things that I would have liked to see, kind of piggyback on John here, is just showing how you would measure success ultimately through the mentorship. And if you could show how you measure that success, it would give it much more impact.
I also think that it was very fun, entertaining, informative, motivating. Anyone that has your accent is going to have a difficult day. If you're going to give this kind of a presentation to other investors in the future, though, I think that the comment about, I didn't hear about how you're going to measure your success. I wasn't sure what the tie-in between, you have your young people come in as assistants, And then where do you use the funds from this program in order to expand what you do with those young people in schools? I wasn't quite sure. So I just would be a little clearer on how the funds will be utilized from the corporations to fund the rest of your programs.
Thank you. I serve on a board in Santa Ana, so I know that you must have done extremely good research to know that that is a community of great need. So I'm glad you identified Santa Ana. And I think in your presentation, I see your intent as mentors for the young people, but I was wondering what the incentive is for the corporations to be involved. I'd like to see a little more about how you would motivate them to invest and to be involved in this program.
I thought your presentation style was a 10. You know, I really thought that was a very strong aspect of your overall presentation, and it's important. You know, I teach rhetoric here at UCLA in the law school, and I think that presentation style is key. So you should be congratulated on that. I was a little bit unclear as to your business model in terms of drilling down to the margins and that type of thing. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more detail on that, but overall, outstanding.
All right. Thank you.